Cancer, welcome to the full moon in Libra reading for April 6th, 2023. The theme for the next 2 weeks is the Lover's card, and the full moon closes out cycles. So the Lovers is the theme for closing out a cycle. Yeah, it can be love, it can be desires, attraction, karmic relationships. But I think it's more than that. I think it is choice. You're at a crossroads. Could be with a romantic partner, that's possible. But it is a choice in something mundane or something a little more lofty. And that's kind of how I see um, the Lover's card. So let's look into it. Crossroads. All right, so what's closing out for you? You have the Page of Pentacles. This could be somebody that you are involved with, want to be involved with, may be involved with. It's my Capricorn card. This is somebody who has just possibly finished a study or a workshop, or they've learned something and they're ready to show the world what they have. What they've accomplished is good. It's good. So if this is somebody, maybe a proposal was, there was a proposal romantically, that's possible. But there is victory in group situations here with the Six of Wands. And now this can be a proposal romantically, or it can be one where other passions are concerned. Wands are a lot to do with passion and how you inspire others, possibly, with the two cards. What you've learned recently that can inspire others, that can move a situation onto a victory. This is like taking a victory lap. We'll get more on this in a minute. Let's go a little bit further here. So how are you reacting to this? Well, you're the Empress, so it could be marriage. It could be let's have a kid. Let's bring a new life into this world. This is a creative energy. This is creativity, but the creative force itself. It is associated with Venus, so there you go. There's some love going on, very possibly for Cancer. This is the Mother card. It's nurturing. Let's see where that's going. It's the Earth. You're the Lovers, double Lovers. So you are at a crossroads. And again, this is, do I get married? Is it time to have kids? Is it time to work on that creative project because I've just learned something with a group of people that can push me further where this creative project is concerned? Maybe I knew half of it, but the workshop that I took really put me over the edge and now I really get it. But you are at a crossroads, and this can have something to do with creative ventures, creation, pregnancy, that kind of thing. Let's go a little bit further. What's the result? Well, you have the Five of Pentacles here. That is the card of the mentality of lack. It is actually a challenge that we face together. So this could be you and your partner who are facing a challenge together, which then could be, the possibility of having children if it's a couple, but it could also be on a financial level. So maybe this is a work partner, and you've gotten so far, right? With the Six of Wands, you're over the halfway mark. You're over the hump, and you can take a small victory lap, but you still have more to go in this scenario, in this situation, where this crossroads is concerned. And you have the Queen of Wands, which is a very creative element. This is my Leo card, but she has really nice dualistic energies, meaning that she has that, because it's solar, it's the sun energy, right? With the Leo card, it's very solar. So that's that male outgoing energy. The do energy, right? Get things done. But she is a female, so she also has that passive magnetic energy that through her emotion draws what she needs to her. However, the emotion that I'm seeing here is not a good one. So you may want to watch your emotional standpoint. All right, let's get to some specifics. We have a very general thing going on here. Now, with the Mother card or the Empress card, you could be at a crossroads where your mother is concerned. Not necessarily motherhood, but your mother. Or she may be at a crossroads because it's something that you're dealing with together. And it can be on a physical or a financial level. But the Page of Pentacles, Capricorn is the card of having really actually everything you need to fulfill your destiny in the simplest terms. And so there can be somebody who's offering something to bring this home. Yeah, creative solutions. This is my card of necessity is the mother of invention. It's kind of like you can come to a creative solution right at the moment that it's needed. So we actually get to this Five of Pentacles, and then it's kind of like, ooh, we got to do something quick here. And the Three of Pentacles is that something. But it is also, let's say this is the person who has learned something shiny and new, and now he's ready to implement it. Maybe his first real job or first real task after learning this particular thing. It's kind of like, I've learned something, I figured it out, now you have to back it up with the physical manifestation of it. This is my apprenticeship card. So it is taking instruction, but it's kind of showing what you can do, indeed. And if that is you, you have the Six of Wands, so there's victory in group situations, and this is certainly a group because the Three of Pentacles is cooperative situations. But again, we're looking at three, right? So creativity, creative solutions. Okay, there can be some agitation with the Empress card and the Lovers. And maybe there are people who have something to say about what it is that you want to do. Or within this group situation, so you can see it like this. Everybody in this situation is trying to build something with their wands, right? They're trying to make a pentacle. But somebody's not cooperating, or a few people may think that they have a better idea and can aggressively throw in their 2 cents, while somebody else thinks that maybe it should be turned more to an angle. You see what I'm getting at here. Everybody has their own 2 cents. They want to throw that in, and that creates a little agitation, and it also makes things hard to create, right? But this guy comes in to kind of save the day. He balances out that 5 energy to 6, and 5 always asks us to find balance in a situation. So you have 2 6s as well here. And 6 is about justice, you know, it's about balance and equilibrium. And so with that 6 of Wands, it's like somebody's coming in and has a solution. And it's right, very possibly, at the moment that you need it. Now, this may have already happened or it will happen, but this is the thing that begins to close out a situation. Okay. There you have the Chariot card. So you're pretty progressive here. You have 5, 6, and 7. And that's a good progress. So I like to see that. The Chariot card is, it's go time. It is reconciling 2 opposing forces. Look at the sphinxes, right? You have black and white, but you also have, they're pointed in opposite directions. So when your horses or your energy is opposed, you're not going anywhere, right? They're just pulling at each other, and there's no real direction that we're heading in. And that can cause that Five of Pentacles. And again, everybody has their own way of seeing how to do it, how it should be done in their time frame, etc., etc. But the Chariot card says, all right, let's get these opposing forces together. I understand them both. And if we focus them in the same direction, we can actually move and do something. And this Queen of Wands may come in and have also her opinion on which way the direction should go. Now, Leo is a very egoic card. And this could even be somebody who tries to throw a wrench into the situation, because the beginning of this situation is pretty good. I mean, you have victory here. If this was in the result area and this was the beginning of it, I'd say, heck yeah, this is a great idea. But this gives me the feeling that somebody else maybe is the agitator. And again, you have these two opposing forces, these two opposing ideas, also with the six, right? Male, female, black and white. You have these two very opposing energies, and this is the decision that needs to be made between the two of them. Now, the Lovers is, do I listen to my mundane, passionate energy, or do I make the decision to do something loftier, to do something higher minded, to do something better? The problem is that, like I said, the Chariot has to reconcile these two opposing forces before it can actually move on. Now, the Chariot is self-confidence, right, which is necessary with that Five of Pentacles. It's kind of like gathering your forces and just pointing them in the right direction and moving forward. It's an alignment of your heart and your head and your spirit. Okay. That's pretty vague. So I think there's a lot of things happening different, I don't know, I don't think I can get too specific because it feels very, very vague to me. So other than there's this creative force, there can be a lot of different things coming at you at once from different areas in your life. And it can all be accumulating now, especially with that Five of Pentacles. It just feels like these are challenges that we go through together. So it can be very broad, worldly things that you could be concerned about, or it could just be a lot of things that are kind of coming at you from a lot of different directions. But trying to stabilize yourself through whatever is going on around you is kind of important here, I think, from what I'm seeing here. But there is a very progressive energy. Although, it's funny because I do see this sort of like ping-ponging back and forth with the energies. So it gets stabilized, then it gets destabilized. It gets stabilized, it gets destabilized. There's this sort of back and forth kind of energy, and maybe that's the confusion. Maybe that's why it's not linear, even though there is progression. It's kind of like, one step forward, two steps back kind of energy. But there's absolutely a decision that needs to be made here. I do think you will make the decision, especially with the Chariot card there. The Lovers is has you at a crossroads, and you have double Lovers, so there is definitely a big decision that needs to be made on which direction you're going to go. Okay. What does Spirit want you to know? You have the Eight of Swords. So it's kind of feeling stuck in the mire here, in the mud. It is a prison of the mind, basically. And so you find yourself in this crossroads because it is very difficult to make this decision. And again, maybe you can rationalize it on both sides. And that's what I mean with the Chariot. You can hold two opposing forces, two opposing ideas. And so it makes it quite difficult. The Eight of Swords can mean that you can't affect a solution, but it can also mean that maybe you're not supposed to at this time, and you're supposed to allow the situation to turn in your favor. But it can be, again, like a prison of the mind. It is your mind or your thinking, your thoughts that kind of stop you. And so you are looking for some release, even some self-acceptance. And I think you can find that with the Chariot card. And you may even feel like you can be a victim in this thing, like you're the center of it, and the energy is swirling around you, and you don't feel like you can do anything about it. You don't feel like you can make any, and again, maybe for these 2 weeks, you're not supposed to, because if it's one step forward, two steps back, it's really kind of going against the wind. I pulled another one, and you got the Lovers. So it is it's definitely about making a commitment somehow. I don't know if you're going to do it in the 2 weeks. Maybe by the end of the 2 weeks, you will have a better idea, and it's very possible that this decision now is the beginning of, because it's closing out a situation, is the beginning of closing out this feeling of not being able to do something, not being able to affect solutions. And again, with the Chariot card, that's when I feel like, okay, I'm pointing my forces in this direction and I'm going this way, regardless of who is with me and who isn't. Because with that Five of Pentacles, it feels like somebody is going to be left out. And that's the problem here, I think, is because you're behaving as the Empress, right? You want to see and make sure that everybody is good. You're the nurturer here. You want to make sure that everybody's fine and stable and what have you. And it seems to leave you kind of in a pickle somehow, or leaves you at the crossroads. Well, what do I do? What's best for everybody? And the Chariot card is a little bit saying like, well, I kind of have to take this choice and deal with whatever challenge and reward comes with it. That's my feeling. And it is kind of my feeling that you go in the direction of helping and healing other people who are possibly feeling out of the loop, unwell, financially distraught, that sort of thing. So if it is work, you can take on a very nurturing role in the next 2 weeks. All right. I hope this has been helpful. I think probably the new moon will show more of what happens when you take the Chariot card into action. So we'll see what happens next week, in 2 weeks. But I'll leave you here with this. It feels to me like it's sort of hanging there. Even though the Chariot card is there, that's just sort of the beginning of taking charge of the situation. Okay, so thank you for listening. I'll return with a new moon reading in 2 weeks. I do dailies. I appreciate you listening, and good luck. Take care.